Good evening, everybody. Pastor Michael here again. It's Wednesday night. Hope you all are having and had a good day and are having a good week as we're halfway through the midpoint of our week. As we continue in social distancing, I continue to come each night with a short Vespers message. Again, for those of you who may be watching these for the first time or not very often, I've explained this a few times, but Vespers is just another word for evening or night, and it's a play on an ancient church tradition to have prayer and devotions 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. And the night one was always called Vespers. And so this is my time to come to you with a little Vespers reflection. It's always based on Scripture, and always looks at a verse or something like that, and reflects on it in light of stay-at-home orders and COVID-19 and our inability to get together face to face. At least we can get together this way. And so happy to be able to do that with you again on this Wednesday night. And I'm reflecting a lot about that. I mentioned a lot about routines. Excuse me. I mentioned before that the routine of morning, noon, and night devotions 3 times a day. And my routine over the last several weeks has kind of gotten thrown all out of sorts, and I'm sure many of yours has as well. There are just things that we used to do that we don't, things that we now do that we didn't do before, that kind of thing. And some of that's based on the fact that, at least in my own life, I've got 2 college kids who are home now trying to do school. I've got a son who's a fifth grader who's trying to do school at home. I've got a wife who's a preschool teacher who's trying to work from home. Um, and I've got a congregation that I try to reach out and minister to who isn't here on Sundays and doesn't stop in during the week, and just a whole number of things. And all of this messes with our routines. One of those routines that's been messed with has been on Sunday morning. Some of these routine changes are actually good. We start to do things that we hadn't done before and try things that we hadn't done before because we now find ourselves with time or find ourselves with a need to rearrange our schedules, and that's largely been a good thing. We can get caught in ruts and get used to doing the same thing over and over. And it's good to have sometimes our routines upset and changed a little bit. But there are also portions of that are not good. We get out of things that would have been normally good habits or were good habits for us that for a variety of reasons now have been upset and we've gotten out of. And one of those habits for me has been on Sunday mornings. Normally on Sunday mornings, I'm to my office early, and I still am. But I have a different routine now on my Sunday mornings because worship is different. I don't have people coming in, getting settled, and I'm trying to prepare for an online worship service as opposed to an in-person one, which has a different set of routines and more involved with getting the technology set up and testing it and sound checks and all of those things we didn't have to do before, and changes with praise teams and all of that. And I got out of a routine, a Sunday morning routine as a result of that. One of that was to spend some time at a kneeling bench that I have here in my office and recite a passage of Scripture, Psalm 105, verse 4, that was given to me at my ordination. And it's just a psalm I would just calm my heart and calm my mind for just a couple of moments before, as people started to come in and before I went out to greet people on Sunday mornings. And I would kneel on this kneeling bench and recite these words that were given to me by a mentor of mine when I was ordained as a pastor. Psalm 105, verse 4. Look to the Lord and his strength. Seek his face always. And that was the words that I would leave my office with to go out and lead worship, to look to the Lord in his strength and seek his face always. And I got out of that routine. And I was reminded of that and reflecting on that again today to get back into that routine. But also I thought those were good words for us to remember today, that we look to the Lord in his strength and that we seek his face always. If we keep our eyes focused on Jesus and focused on the Lord, then we will be in better shape with our routines. So I hope that's a routine of yours, and I want to encourage you to be it's a routine of yours, if it isn't already, to look to the Lord in his strength and to seek his face always. And if and when we do, the Bible and our faith assures us that the Lord will, as he always does, bless us and keep us. The Lord will make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you, and may he turn his face toward you and give you his peace. On this Wednesday night, may God bless you. Good night.